Did you know that Christians who take the Bible literally believe that the world is covered by a giant dome? Did you know that before the light, the entire universe was submerged underwater?
Did you know that God doesn't know how the sun and the moon works, nor how the concept of time works?
Well, doesn't sound right. Anyway, today we're going to take you into the world of the Bible where we just finished our journey into Genesis 1, the very first chapter.
And what a trip it was.
Did you know that as of 2025, 62% of Americans claim they're Christians? But how many have actually read the Bible? How much of the Bible do people consider it as the literal word of God? How many do people believe that the Bible is a historical account?
This question becomes much important today than ever in the history of our Earth, and that is because there are powerful people around the world who are making or about to make life-threatening decisions of epic proportions that could disrupt your very life as you know it, based on how much they think they understand the Bible.
This is where the Flying Spaghetti Monster and I explore the Bible, where you'll have inside access to what we observed.
And I'll be providing some historical context from time to time.
Thank you, narrator. I'm pretty sure that won't be necessary since the Bible is self-explanatory, but feel free to dispense your wisdom. Are you ready, Flying Spaghetti Monster?
Sure I am.
While we're traveling to our destination, let's tell our audience a little about who you are.
Well, you can say I was born in 2005 in a small city in Oregon. I was born as a parody.
A parody? A parody of what?
Well, I guess you can say is that I'm a parody of you.
Of me?
Well, let's just say your father has a lot to do with why I'm here. What's important is that I'm the product of what I would argue is the most important tenet of the American Constitution.
And which tenet is that?
The First Amendment, of course. I'll tell you more as we go on our journey. For now, I see that we're getting close.
Great, there it is, the Holy Bible.
Can't wait to see what's in store. Jesus, where are we now?
Inside the Bible. This is before the beginning of everything.
Oh, I see. But why is it pitch dark? Are we in space? Jesus, are you there?
I'm around. Just hold on.
This is kind of fun, meandering through the ether. I do feel a little, how can I say?
Don't worry, you'll soon find out.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was a total mess, empty and chaotic. Darkness covered everything, and the Spirit of God hovered over the waters.
Did he say waters? I don't see any water. Where exactly are we?
Then God said,
"Let there be light."
And there was light.
Oh, I see. I get it. This explains why I've been feeling, how should I say, wet.
This is fun, isn't it?
So, are we in the ocean? Why are we completely submerged?
What do you mean?
I don't want my noodles sogging up. You know how I'm not too fond of overcooking my noodles.
This is it. Existence. The moment God spoke existence into, well, existence.
Interesting. There was nothing except water, no land, no stars, no sun, no moon.
Well, for now, this is it. Narrator, please continue.
God looked at the light and saw it was good. He separated the light from the darkness, naming the light day and the darkness night. Evening came, then morning, day one.
So, where is the sun, or even the moon for that matter?
Patience, my dear friend.
But didn't God just say that this is the first day? That assumes that the sun is around. I see a lot of light, but no sun. Where is the sun?
And God said,
"Let there be space in the middle of the waters to separate them."
What's going on? Are we sinking?
So God made the space, dividing the waters below from the waters above. And it happened just like that. God called the space sky. Evening came, then morning, day two.
I now see that we have air.
Yeah, and the beautiful blue sky above.
Are we in a dome?
That's right.
This dome full of air is suspended in water.
You are correct again, my friend.
And the entire universe is made of water?
Well, Maybe we should wait a little and see what God does.
And God said,
Let the waters gather into one place so dry land can appear.
What's going on? It looks like we're being lifted out of the waters.
Land! Not bad.
And it was so. God called the dry land earth, and the separate bodies of water seas. God saw that it was good.
Okay, not bad for a single day.
Wait, we're not done.
Then God said,
Let the earth sprout grass, plants that make seeds, and fruit trees that grow fruit with seeds inside.
And it happened. The earth burst with grass, seed-bearing plants of every kind, and trees with fruit containing seeds. God saw that it was good. Evening came, then morning, day 3.
Any questions so far?
Nope, but I am wondering what this dome is made out of.
And God said,
Let there be lights in the sky to separate day from night. They'll mark seasons, days and years, and they'll light up the earth.
And it was so. God made 2 massive lights, the bigger one, which is the sun, to rule the day, and the smaller one, which is the moon, to rule the night. He also made the stars. God placed them in the sky to shine on the earth, to govern day and night, and to separate light from darkness. God saw that it was good. Evening came, then morning, day 4.
Is everything okay?
The sun and the moon was created on the 4th day. You don't see how illogical this seems?
What do you mean?
A day depends on a full rotation of the earth, and the sun is what creates the day. And yet, God creates light on first day without creating the sun?
Well,
The concept of a day couldn't have existed without the sun, don't you see? And unless time existed before God, this creation doesn't make any sense based on our modern understanding of how the world works.
see, there you go. You're basing God's creation on modern concepts.
What are you talking about? This is absurd. I don't understand how you can.
Flying spaghetti monster, are you okay? Can we continue?
Yes, I'm ready. Let us continue. And like you said, I'll keep an open mind.
And God said,
Let the waters fill with living creatures, and let birds fly across the sky.
God created the huge sea monsters and every living creature that moves through the water, all kinds of them. He created every kind of bird with wings. God saw that it was good. God blessed them, saying,
Multiply and fill the waters in the seas. Let the birds multiply on earth.
Evening came, then morning, day 5.
This is nice. What's next?
Follow me?
Wow, very nice.
And God said,
Let the earth produce living creatures, livestock, crawling creatures, and wild animals.
And it was so. God made wild animals of every kind, livestock of every kind, and everything that crawls on the ground. God saw that it was good.
This is kind of cool. Your followers believe this?
Of course they do. How else would so many variety of animals appear on this earth? Hold on, this is my favorite part.
Then God said,
Let's make humans in our image, reflecting who we are.
Hold on. Is God next to somebody? I could have sworn he said, let us make mankind in our image.
Patience?
They'll have dominion over the fish in the sea, the birds in the sky, the livestock, all the earth, and every creature that crawls on the ground.
God created humans in his own image. In God's image he created them, male and female. God blessed them and said,
Have kids, multiply, fill the earth, and take care of it. You're in charge of the fish in the sea, the birds in the sky, and every living thing that moves on earth.
Then God said,
I'm giving you every seed-bearing plant on earth, and every tree with fruit that has seeds. This is your food. And to every animal on earth, every bird in the sky, and everything that crawls on the ground, everything that breathes, I'm giving every green plant for food.
And it was so. God looked at everything he had made, and it was very good. Evening came, then morning, day 6.
That is the end of chapter 1. Anything to add?
I see why humans are such voracious consumers of animal products.
Well, not all humans. There are many religions in this world that prohibits or discourages the consumption of living things.
But your followers don't discourage it. In fact, based on my observation of the world, it seems like your followers encourage it. And why not? If God is telling his people that they have utter dominion over everything on this planet, why not consume everything without consequences? We can use up all the trees to meet human needs, cook every animal for food, or even sport for that matter. Stick with the cheapest fuel sources.
Well, I don't think it's that simple.
But now I get it. That's why embracing environmentalism and saving the planet is like disobeying and possibly defying God's first directive to man. This explains why those who are politically conservative, who are mostly Christians, even of an evangelical kind, are against any efforts to preserve the earth at the cost of depriving man of his God-given right to do anything he finds fitting. God had ordered both man and woman to exploit all resources for his people. And why not? God can just replenish those resources.
I guess.
I find this all very interesting. This journey has really opened my eyes.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, and for those who watched, I hope you enjoyed and learned from it as well. We encourage you to join us next time to The Flying Spaghetti Monster.
Questions the Bible. See you next time.